Hey, welcome back. This is pricing part 2. Remember earlier in the other video when I said that I was going to come back to it, that it had slipped my mind? Well, I remembered what it was. Condition, right? And this is why it slipped my mind. In the villages, condition really kind of flew under the radar. It wasn't really an issue for a long time. It's becoming more of an issue in today's marketplace. Actually, it's been becoming more of an issue for the past couple of years, right? So condition does factor into pricing, and it can factor in a major way, depending upon what condition the home is in. Roofing has been a big issue here lately. A lot of eyes are on the roof. Okay, it's an expensive replacement. Does it have to reflect in the pricing? No, probably should if you want to be competitive, but it doesn't have to be. There's other ways to deal with perceived future expenses, from the buyer's perspective, and how that might influence how they make an offer. Okay, you got credits. You have a number of different ways that you can contend with perceived future expenses that outline the condition of the home. Right? Is the home cleaned? Do you have normal wear and tear on the home that just hasn't been addressed? Right, a lot of things are going to pop up in the home inspection report. Some of them are some of them are more aesthetic issues that are probably going to drive down the perception of value on the home, and that's going to impact pricing, or at the very least it's going to impact the final offer. Okay, so taking a hard, realistic look at the product, your home, which you've been in for a long time, and you might be a little homestead blind, which is my way of saying you've lived in it for a long time. It's been there, and you just haven't noticed it for quite a while because it's been there, right? But fresh eyes, a buyer's eyes, they're going to pick it up. And that's going to play with their interpretation of your price and their interpretation of value on the property. So condition has become one of those things that we really need to pay a little bit more attention to when we're pricing as well. The other thing I wanted to add real quick here in this part 2 is talking about exploratory pricing, and one of the major drawbacks of that is that when you're pricing at the top of the range and you're kind of playing with the market to see what the responses are going to be, you do run the risk of sitting on the market for a longer period of time. And that can have an effect on the perspective of the buyers, right? I say buyers because we're talking about a group of persons who might be considering your home, okay? If we're on the market for a long period of time and we're not making those adjustments that I talked about earlier, right? Don't worry, the buyers are going to do it for us, right? They're going to start lowballing that offer, right? They're going to perceive some type of defectiveness or some type of lack of interest in the property, which is oftentimes driven by the pricing, okay? Not the condition so much, not even the desirability, but the pricing. And that's why it's so important to make those adjustments, because the buyers are going to do it for you if you don't do it, right? At least if you're doing it, you have some control in that situation. So those are just a couple supplemental things I wanted to throw in there that I meant to talk about in part 1. The perception of value does change the longer a home is on the market, and that's something to really keep in mind when you're doing exploratory pricing. So, hey, thanks again. Like I said before, if you want to contact us and discuss this further, if you're thinking about selling a home in the villages, we'd love to chat with you. Maybe we're a good fit for you. Have a great one. Thanks so much for watching.